Um, but I'm telling you, man, it's addicting because it makes golf that much better too. And you're following it, and
So
you know all the names and all the stuff that everybody's going through, injuries. I used to watch this YouTube show about like, picking my lineups and stuff.
you did?
Yeah, dude, it was a lot of fun. I got
So
addicted last year with Corcoran at the Masters.
what was the format? Because I've been doing it with the Mikna and a bunch of my buddies. There's 6 or 7 of us, so we've been doing it on our own the last few years. Mikna takes
Sure.
care of it, and what we do is you get about 10 guys. You get to pick about 10 guys, and then you can only start 6
Okay.
every tournament, and then you can start 6,
So
and
like
then
legit fantasy, almost like
yeah, and then in the majors though,
football.
you get to play all your dudes. Like anybody that's in the major, you can play, which
Okay.
is really cool.
Yeah, if
And
he's
then
playing, you're playing him.
we sometimes and also in the major you get to pick a wild card guy. You get like an extra like one-off dude. So a lot of times we'll pick a bunch of the old legacy dudes that won it like in the 80s, like Freddie and Longer. So people will pick those dudes just in case one pops.
Yeah, what's funny is that I've never played it like that, but that does sound interesting. The way that they do it for fantasy or for DraftKings is you get a certain amount of money. So I got to look it up. I don't remember what the money
Yeah.
is.
Yeah. Let's just say $1,000,000 or whatever.
So
But
you get, yeah, a certain amount of money, and then each guy's worth a certain value based on his odds, pretty much, or the likelihood of them finishing high up, or how good they're playing at the time, or how good they play at
oh
the
well, they
course
play the tournament.
traditionally.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
big
stuff like
one.
that.
Yeah, that's a big one.
So like you
That's
said,
why
they'll
I
have.
started Chez Reavy this week because he's kind of a
Yes.
horse for this course, and he was doing well. I haven't
Yes.
checked him, but is that?
Yeah, no, for sure, man.
Go ahead.
That's
Sorry.
no, that's okay. There's plenty of guys that are no namers that you have to know in order to make that DraftKings thing work. And that's why I
Mm-hmm.
was like, dude, there's no way I'd even have a shot unless I watched some of these YouTube videos. So that's why I started watching this dude's YouTube video, and it was actually through DraftKings, the advice and everything. So everyone was probably watching the same thing. So it's just like subtle changes that you can make that'll bring you up or down thousands of places. It's hard to do, but it's a
Interesting.
cool format. So, you
You
can't
know,
just load, stack the deck, and you have options to play everyone. Like if you love Kepka and you don't have him on your team and you never get to play him the entire year, that sucks. So this way you get to play Kepka, but if you can't afford them, then you got to play somebody that's just a step below that,
yeah.
and you
See,
got to
that's
try to find the Ryan Palmers and some of those types of dudes that are going to be better value plays.
See, we get to that point, but so we don't, money doesn't come into play at all. You just get a draft pick, and
Yeah.
that's determined by your place from the year prior. And then we snake it. So it goes down, and then the guy gets double pick coming back, that whole thing. And so you
Classic
just take as
fantasy.
many
Yeah.
guys as you can. And
Hmm.
that's what's cool. Mikna, thank goodness, is a numbers guy and Excel dude. So he takes care of all that. You just snapshot we just like photo snap your picture of your guys from the the app, the PGA Tour app. You favorite your guys, right? So then your guys are at the top. People probably, I'm just telling you how I do it, and then I snap my pictures over, and he just takes care of it. But like this one was hard. I had to sit 3 studs from this tournament, and
Who were they?
unfortunately, I didn't sit Dustin Johnson. I probably should have because I think he's really played horribly.
This course carved up a lot of good dudes.
No, it did. They said the stimp, it was running at 13. I'm not sure what they're saying,
Yeah.
which is pretty fast. Have you ever played on something that fast?
No, that's why I was looking. Remember when I came out by you, I was expecting to be putting on like glass and
Yeah.
and that type of stuff.
Like ours are fast at Phoenix Country Club. When I was there, ours were fast. I would say that they would probably run it though. Those were probably like 10s, 11s, truly like maybe a 10 and a half. And that's that. If that's true, that they're fast. But
That's fast.
and then I've played Sutton Bay where we're up in South Dakota. I've played that when that's like a 13 and it's windy.
It's like putting on
Honestly,
rock.
you can't even it's
Stop the
really,
ball.
really, really hard. And so now that makes you
Better make
understand that
sure you're
when they're
below the
like,
hole.
yeah, you're so right. Like this guy, and they tell you where you have to be within 3 feet or within 4 feet. It's so true.
Otherwise, you're
Um,
gonna six putt it.
or what happens is if you truly play from the fairway with your putter type of stuff, you can actually play a lot better that way. Type of, we went out to Bandon Dunes, same type of thing. For those of you that have been out there, you know what I'm talking about. Look at this down the hill, just bomber. These are just the funnest little holes. And when you
Oh,
hit a
you're
shitty
talking
shot,
this par three right here
par
that
three,
Rom's
number
hitting.
8. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I
Brought to you
love
by
this shot
FedEx
track,
File.
man. Brought to you by FedEx and Top Golf. Spot Tracker is brought to you by Top Golf.
Swing easy, breezy. So he's got 202. This is down. I don't know where the wind is.
Did you already see him hit? Where are you
guessing.
at? Tell me where you're at. What are you
I'm
seeing
about
right now?
Rom is swinging right now. He just hit the
Oh,
ball.
I'm ahead of you. Let me pause.
Go
All
ahead.
right, I'm gonna pause and then
Anybody else want to pause and sync up with us? Do that right now.
Yeah, let's try to figure this out really quick. All right, I'm gonna use something in order to wait a second. I can't pause you. I gotta
Let's
pause
say
mine.
right when Palmer, time it right when Palmer like makes contact with whoever hits next. I think Palmer's up.
All
like
right, let
on
me
that
see,
on that
they're
hole.
showing the green
Hendrik
right now.
Norlander.
Yeah, and it looks like Jason Day. And
oh, you must be way ahead of me. Oh, we got crazy.
Yeah, here we go. Here's Palmer now. He's gonna. I'm gonna pause it right when he's about to strike the ball, and you tell me right when he strikes the ball, and I'll unpause it. You ready?
Wait, no, hold on a minute. Palmer already hit it. On mine,
Ryan
I was
Palmer's
telling you when he
on
hit
the
it.
tee right now.
Yeah, he already hit it over here.
Oh, I thought you were watching Rom.
Oh, wait. You know what I was? Okay, I see Ryan Palmer on the tee.
Okay.
Hey,
I didn't pause it when I needed to.
Okay, now he's walking up to the ball. Palmer, you're right. I was saying Rom and Ramalama Ding Dong. So
tell me when
Palmer is about to hit. I'll tell you right when he hits it. Oh boy, over here. Good. Go.
Okay.
Boom.
I think I got it synced up perfect. Did they just show that 89 foot?
Yeah, and he pushed it.
Yep, into the trap.
Yep, short probably.
Beautiful. Now we're synced up.
Dude, okay. So
otherwise, I would have looked like a soothsayer to you. You'd have been like, "How do you know this?" $100 as he hits this putt.
Jonesy again, dude. That right there, what Palmer just hit, I think would be a typical, 10 handicapper miss. Right there, like just where it fades off to the right. Now you have an uphill from the hack, and you're short-sighted, and it's like, what are we gonna do? We've all done it 1,000 times.
Bomb bunker. Yeah, look at these greens too, dude. They're like tiered. It's crazy levels. I mean, like, and you got to touch it. Otherwise, you're going to jack it off the back. It looks domed off the back.
I hate when that happens. Look at this. Now
look at that. It's still going. That ball's still going.
See where his ball is, right? We all know that's where he should have hit it. But depending especially if you're chipping up, you'll never get it there. And then if you're hitting it in from like 130 and you're in between clubs, it's like, how are you going to get a ball there? I mean,
look at the ground behind
and not risk too much crap.
Look at the course behind him too. There's so much undulation in that land. You could just tell that those greens are a nightmare.
So I saw a picture. This is Nicholas's.
Look at the wind,
right? Muirfield.
Yeah.
So, oh my gosh, that's insane. That's got to be so hard. So there's a picture of him on Instagram this morning, and he's watching himself win the Open, and he's on the couch, and he's got his shorts on, and his
look at
wife
this.
took a picture. So cool. Whoa.
And the press tent.
He said there were only 5 likes and 1 comment. The Golden Bear posted.
Stop it.
So I commented.
How is that even
possible? I know. I'll look right now and see where it's at. This was about.
Got to be a million. Did you check? It was like 1 second after it was.
No,
posted?
it was like 15 minutes. So
what?
Okay, yeah. Let me go look, dude. I'll look now because here it is.
Fitzpatrick is on a run. Look at all these birdies on his scorecard. He's got circles everywhere. Dude, I don't know if I could. Are you one of those guys that plays with the scorecard in your back pocket and then the scorecard looks like a small iPad? Like, I don't know if I can play with that shit in my pocket, bro.
Okay, here we go. It's got 4,000 likes and only 2 comments. But that was an hour ago. Posted ridiculous. An hour ago. I know. How many followers does he have? The Golden Bear
should be millions.
No, he has 397, and it's verified. I mean, it's 397.
Yeah,
he's just
dude.
He's not running a social game. He needs to up it, Jack. Give me a call. I'll help you out.
I don't know. Yeah, what's the deal?
Yeah.
I would have thought for sure he's got his hands in all kinds of stuff. I thought he was more savvy than that, or at least the people, running his shit is more savvy than that.
Well, this is
look at this angle. Look at this camera
so,
angle.
Oh, that's
I've never
nice.
seen this camera angle.
I like that.
Like he's like in the look at this. Look at the people
he's
hanging
down
out
in
above
the bush with him.
Look at the people hanging out in the little patio back there.
She's like, Becky, I'm so happy you didn't sell this place. Gold mine.
You're my favorite cousin.
Yeah, I've always knew we were best friends.
Here we go.
1 weekend a year, you call me. Oh,
hit it.
Nah, bro.
Nothing. See, nothing stopping on them greens, bro. Look, he still is like kind of just like, hey, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know why. See, I don't know. Maybe we don't know what's going on. Oh, this is what I'm going to say, dude. So check this out. Golf. I love gambling on golf. I don't bet on golf. I have this little thing, but if I was in Vegas, I would probably try to bet on some of these guys because I watch it enough to to maybe have, I watch it enough. I
The
couldn't tell you
action is
anything about
great,
any
too.
other sport. But the cool thing about it is that probably other athletes as well. But if you truly maybe just watched their Instagram pages of like your people just to see, how, or whoever it is, just to see that, wait, if, or you should almost make them post, because then you'd be able to say, oh, he's having a shitty week. He broke up with his girlfriend. His grandma has
Yeah, get some
cancer. Like,
inside
all, I mean,
info.
all this crazy stuff, right?
Dude, speaking of which, you want to hear something funny? So, like,
Yeah.
you know, I've been all about the stock market and Wall Street.
Yeah,
And
man,
I'm
you got me
obsessed,
in.
right?
Yeah.
So I've been watching my thing is like, all right, I'm gonna go watch all the old school stock market movies, shit like that. So I watched Wall Street last night, the original from the
With
80s.
so we got
Michael
Charlie Sheen and Michael
Douglas.
Douglas. Yeah,
Yeah, there's a bunch of famous people
there's a
in that
bunch of
one.
people in it, but does it like,
Yeah.
yeah,
And it was super, super good. And it's classic. And it's all about, pretty much that, like the stock market not being necessarily something that you use fundamentals or technical analysis to win at. You use insider info. You know
Oh
how
yeah,
Gordon Gekko played it. So
totally.
he explained that to Charlie Sheen at the beginning when he turned him. He's like, this ain't about looking at charts, you idiot. It's about getting insider info. Now go
Yeah,
get
it's
me
about
some
making it
insider
happen.
info.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing, dude. Like, for example, when I used to go to Arlington all the time, we were talking about racetrack,
Oh
right?
yeah, I loved it.
So me and Jaime Velasquez were tight for a decade. I don't
Wow.
even know what the fuck happened to him. He just disappeared.
Yeah, I
But
know. Well, he split up from old girl, but
still, so to each his own. Whatever he's
Yeah.
dealing with or got going on, that's great. But
Yeah.
for like a decade, we were tight as fuck, and I learned how to do the the part wheel thing, like I was talking
Oh
about
yeah,
at the
yeah.
the track and all that jazz.
Sure.
And so I kind of explained it to him, and he's like, well, let's go try this shit, and I'm like, okay. So we went to the track, we tried it out. It was at the OTB actually, and we won like a couple $100 that day, so it was a good day. It was like $400 or $500, and we split it. And so then now he's
Nice.
in. So
That's
now,
fun.
we kept going to the OTB. We hit some big winners, some $1,200 winners and shit. And I still keep the money wrapped from some of our big wins in
You're
my
like
wallet.
rolling with the homies.
When they start
Yeah.
fucking piling
drinking beers
stacks,
at that,
of fucking hundreds in the rolls, when they're
Yeah.
rolled up, dude, when they're bound and stuff, even Jaime pulled me aside. He's like, hey man, hey man, just be careful going through the car, man. He's like, people seeing you with all them bills on you, bro. And I'm like, it's so true. And like, he's 100% right.
Yeah.
So we had a good time, but then it got to another level though once the summer hit. So when the summer hit, we weren't just going to the OTB there. We would actually go to the track. You could actually watch live racing. And that's when
bet simulcast at the same time. You're
everywhere.
like, also give me, that's when the day is just
well, that's what I would do. I would go
Yeah.
in there right before the races would go off, and I would take my time. I'd sit at one teller, and they would usually know me, and I would put all of my bets in. I don't bet every race. I put them all in at the beginning of the day, so you can't second guess yourself. You can't talk yourself in or out or increase or decrease based on how bad you've done or how good you've done,
or how much new research that you do. That regardless,
that day. That's okay, because you're going to lose some and you're going to win some like that, but you're going to be way more consistent this way. So that's what the book said. So I did what the book said, and it worked like a charm. So I'd always do that. So then after I'd place my bets at like Gulfstream and all these other Saratoga and all these other tracks and stuff like that, Santa Anita and shit, I would just go and just chill, and I would just get ready for Arlington. And for Arlington, I would have some bets that I would place beforehand, but then I'd have some money set aside in order to just bet as we went, just to have some fun.
I wondered if I was going to ask if you did that or not.
Right. So we'd have some serious bets that we'd put in there with part wheels and all that shit. But here was the coolest part. I didn't realize this, but it became integral in our investment and in our betting strategy. We would go down to the paddock and we would watch where the riders would get mounted on the horses, where they would dance them around in the little circle, and the owners would be there, and they would have the cameras, and they'd be like, oh, hey, what's going on? We're here at the paddock, number 3, riders up, all that shit. Well, here's the crazy part. Jaime and me would go over to the corner, and Jaime would start talking to the handlers in Spanish. The handlers, the guys that would handle those motherfucking horses all day, all night, everywhere. They lived with the motherfucking horses, dude. And he'd be like, and the next thing he's like, 369, and I'm just like, all right, let's go. So we would fucking go bet it, because these guys would be like, 3
Oh
just took a
man.
shit, like 9 has been,
He's
like
been working
super
out great
rested,
all
ready
week.
to go.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah,
6 has got the best times on here,
yeah. He's
Yeah, dude. It was
no, that's
insider
legit.
info from the
So,
handlers.
oh, okay. So that's way better. I had a buddy who was a jockey, Jesse. He's still there, Jesse Campbell, and
Sure.
sometimes I would go down. I always just went down to say hi because I had met him through a old past, girlfriend at the time, but he
Sure.
was always so kind to me. And that's when I noticed there's a lot of money in the horse racing. And I mean,
Oh
like the
god, yeah.
jockeys that are out there every day, yeah, you think they're winning, but they're winning 7% or whatever it is of these purses, and they're racking up. They easily can, if you get on some good horses, and you have some good luck and whatnot, you can easily have $20,000 days in a row.
No
You
doubt.
know, and
Yeah.
so
Especially
there's
on a grade 1 or like some, huge stakes day.
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And well, then also like he's telling me, so I would be like, hey, what's going on? And then he'd be like, no, we just catch up. And he's like, oh, he always was so generous. But then he would just grab the thing, literally grab the thing out of my hand in a full jockey suit and look at it and be like, he'd be like, he's looking good in the 4 or whatever. And he's looking pretty good. He's been working out well. And you're like, wow, that's really cool. But the paddock was always my favorite place.
Yeah, buddy.
And then but when Bogues, this is crazy. Bogues got on a softball league there at the track. Back behind the track, there's a whole village. Everybody lives there, right? So a lot of those people live there. And he got on, we played. He asked me to come sub one time with him and his brother, and we played in the jockey league.
I even know
you can
the
see it from like
baseball
53.
field. Yeah,
you
exactly.
can see it. You can see it. So
Yeah.
I was like, when I went back there and saw there's an entire like freaking ecosystem back here, like a whole nother
dude.
separate,
Well, like you said, dude,
it's
they full on
unbelievable.
live there with the horses all summer.
There. And and it's like I never knew there was a whole nother subculture living right there.
Well, not anymore though, because that place is closed down, I think. I think they're trying to I think they're trying to turn it into they're talking about bears again there. Moving freaking the bears there.
Oh my gosh, that would be great if they did. Well, it's
nice for me. Fuck yeah,
in the city. It's nice to have in the city, but I mean,
I get it. But who wants to go to fucking Soldier nowadays? It costs like literally $65 to park there. The traffic is incredibly insane.
Well, look how much that land is worth. It's not worth enough to sell tickets to a football game. They need to build something on it, right? Like it's not generating the money it could probably.
That's a lot of land too, and their parking situation sucks balls.
It sucks to get to.
Like, there's so many more opportunities with availability in land and development deals and shit around where Arlington is that you could have like a really kick-ass like fucking football, mecca right there.
They have probably enough room. I mean,
oh, for sure they have.
There's
enough
a good 80 acres, 50 acres, 60 acres.
Oh, maybe. at least. At least
from the top, it's you got to think back behind there too. Yeah, so you're looking.
Yeah,
it's a probably
there's over 100.
Yeah, there's over 100.
Yeah, easily. There might even be close to 2. I mean, like when you include everything, like you said, the practice course 2 in itself is massive.
Remember being back there, Duchossois. I mean, and back when I felt like Arlington was. Well, I'm at a commercial here.
Oh, you almost pulled out your mic.
Duchossois was like it was like it was like fantasy world back there, it was that the track was just kind of booming. Like when we were growing up, it was just like this.
It was the mecca.
It was like back in the day. Yeah. I still felt like there were still like into the early mid 90s. I still felt like there were traces of, La Cosa Nostra, outside of Chicago that's, far gone now. But back then I felt like there were still traces of it. Which was
our fucking family was all about the track. We went there every single Mother's Day when it opened. I mean, that was like a tradition for our family. Yeah, the whole fucking family would go.
We used to go too as a family. It's funny.
That's what I was saying with the grandma talking about betting quinellas and shit.
Yeah,
that's where it came from. Yeah, from Mother's Day.
It's Ricky Fowler. Oh, you guys probably aren't seeing this as Southwest Greens. See, out here we get the commercials.
Oh, I was just gonna say, wait a second. Are you watching commercials? Yeah, mine's not synced up again.
We got commercials for the outdoor greens, which we're probably getting.
See, you're
getting in my house. Can you hear these two lunatics?
Of course,
They're going insane over here.
But yeah, that's right. You get different commercials. I always forget about that shit sometimes, because I was just gonna ask you, what commercial are you watching? Southwest Greens, because you did tell me about Southwest Greens.
Ricky, I was gonna make fun of Ricky Fowler, even though he's my guy.
Is he on that commercial?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. I didn't know that he was on that commercial. That's awesome.
So hey, I'll show you the dudes I got right now. Here are my horses in this tournament.
Oh, fantasy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
do it up.
Shez Reavie tied for 11th. I got Tiger Woods. I drew him this year. So, but
I just
he's
saw him
plus
finish
6.
18.
I got Usti. I got Joel Dahman. He's whatever. I got
Yeah.
Shambo, Alex Noren.
Oh, that sucks because Shambo had like a fucking
I
15.
know.
Otherwise,
I
he was
know.
rolling,
I
dude.
want to. So we should see that. I got
I
Cameron
wanted to
Champ.
watch him so bad this weekend too because I love huge hitters.
He's
Who
a
else?
good dude.
Kevin who?
Cameron Champ. You okay, buddy?
Oh, Cameron.
Cameron Champ. Higgs, something Higgsy. Let me get you his first name because he's a rookie.
I don't know.
And
neither.
his
Yeah, it
name's
doesn't
Harry
sound familiar.
Higgs.
Yeah, it
And he
doesn't
looks
sound
like
familiar.
he's from Tennessee, boy, with like a little beard. And I was like, you know what? This young kid. And I like him. I think I don't know if he won, but he's doing well. And then
Ooh,
I
you
got
seen
Dustin
this
Johnson.
Swing Vision right here.
Yeah.
Oh, DJ must have been your number one pick.
So I saw Ram out at PCC here because he played at ASU, and it's weird because his
Oh, he
swing
chunked.
is short. Watch how short this swing is, man.
Dude, he was, and he chunked.
Yeah. Oh, it's raining. Is that rain?
Probably a little
stuff
bit.
from the wind. Now look how quiet they are, man, and they just stand right on their back. They stay really tall. Everybody else, man, we're all leaned over. They just stay tall and they just boom turn.
Well, that's
That was a
exactly
chunk
what I
of 'em.
was.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was trying to explain to Marco when we were playing. As I said, you have to stay tall. If you need to get closer to the ground, you have to use your legs to do that, not
yeah,
your
look at
waist
his-
or your shoulders. You have to bend your knees.
You're right. Look at his knees, though. Well, that was smooth as.
Well, his knees
jelly.
were perfect. They were like in a comfortable position. But sometimes, like if you're like in a situation like this where the ball might be below your feet or something like that, right?
Yeah.
In order for you to get down into that ball, you don't lean over like a fucking hunchback.
Yeah.
You bend your knees and you stay. Oh shit! You stay upright.
So let me tell you this. Okay, a lot of people these days, and these guys got.
Look at this guy.
He's got a stable online now. His name's Giannakakis. I think is GG Swing Tips. Have you ever heard of this guy?
No, but I want to
GG's
hear of him now.
And his whole thing is like Gucci, all this crap. Like he's kind of like when I first saw him. So my
Spell this
instructor,
dude's name.
his name is like, look it up, GG Swing Tips on Instagram.
Okay, GG's
God, man,
Swing
it's so loud in here. I'm sorry.
Tips. No worries, man. Keep talking.
And,
This is gold.
So I was taking lessons up at Mirabel here out in Scottsdale, way deep in Scottsdale, from a guy named Chris Hartman.
How long ago was that? Wait.
Probably
What
like
was
4
his
years
name?
ago. Chris Hartman.
Oh,
And
okay.
he
Okay.
was,
I thought you said
like
Bruce Harmon. I'm like, what?
Oh yeah, no, Chris Hartman, great dude. And now
Chris
he's
Hartman from isn't he on MTV? Wasn't he the host
Phil,
of
that was Phil Hartman, I thought.
No, Phil Hartman was another one. Chris Hardwick.
Oh yeah, Chris
I'm sorry.
Hardwick. Whatever.
Yeah. Keep going. I
It is raining
apologize,
there,
dude.
yeah.
It is. Let's keep talking.
Took some lessons from this guy, great guy, still keep in contact. And he had me doing this move, wanted me to try this move. And this is the move that GG Swing Tips teaches, where it's like you stand real tall, then you kind of like squat down and you flatten the club, super flatten the club, and then you just kind of like rotate through and your hands are way ahead of the ball and people just crush the ball. I mean, so I don't think Matt Wolf is a guy of his. Now he's got 4 or 5 guys on tour, and he only started like 5 years ago. He's like, and it really makes sense. So somebody asked me how I was hitting the ball so far. I don't do this anymore, but when I was hitting it like that, I'm telling you, I could fly at 330, dude, just like pound it.
And it looked like you weren't even doing anything.
Yeah, because I would stand up straight.
Effortless.
I would just pop down. I would just squat down and turn it. And it would just like the club would just whip.
Whip.
And that's why all these dudes are trying it. You'll see them trying it. And that's why.
Oh, I've seen it where they clear their hips like super quick.
Yeah, they're just pounding the ball.
And then you see them trailing and the club in that swing motion looks like it's doubled over.
Oh, it totally works. But it was too wild for me because I couldn't. Because you can really pound it.
Look at this green, dude.
Then I couldn't use it with the wedges and whatnot. So,
look at this.
But I do use a version of it. Yeah, it's so beautiful.
Look at. Oh, dude, that's money. Like if you were to show anybody how to actually impact a golf ball, that would be the fucking video right there.
So that was I wasn't taught how to do that until just like honestly till I moved to Phoenix. I didn't realize. No, I'm not kidding. I'm
not even on the team back in the day.
Not for real. Like, no, I had to figure it out. And then once I realized that, the game has been so much easier because you don't have to swing really. Like if you're back and you're compressing it right and you don't, it's, and then those that's why those are the difference. That's why the guys are like, when they're having problems now, they're like, all I do is go back to the basics. I look at my lineup, I look at my setup, because they have that like turn, repeat. That's on repeat.
Yeah. It's like a
body. That's just repeat.
Yeah, it's a body pattern.
Yeah. So it's
that's in. That was money. that
I think I'm off on you because I got a guy in blue about to putt long, deep
oh,
long.
he made it.
Oh, Mackenzie Hughes.
Tell me when it goes in.
Okay, it's trekking. It's tracking. You ever made a
Like
putt
I
like
said.
100 feet like that? I bet you've made
Oh,
a bunch of
fuck
them.
yeah.
Boom! It just went in.
Okay. And now is he high fiving?
He's about to. Yeah, he faked it. Oh, COVID high five.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yeah, COVID high five.
All right. Tell me when he picks up the ball.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. Got it.
Okay. I think we're back synced up again. I don't know if it's something where like the commercials might have unsync us or something or what.
I had a pause in my internet, I think, here a little bit ago, which rarely does. You know, I was saying I saw Ron play here at our club because he played at ASU, so they were in town, and his backswing seriously is so short. It's just like I saw him hit one tee ball when we walked up, and I was just like, wow, that is short, but he just pounds the crap out of it.
Yeah.
He's just big dude, just turns.
He's a big dude too, though.
Yeah,
but what I was gonna say is that's the difference. When I have good rounds,
yeah,
and I'm playing well, it's like what you said. It almost feels like effortless. And we were talking about this before too. And then when I have bad rounds, it feels like I'm really, really forcing the club through the earth. You know what I mean? And everything feels real rough and hard and like steel and like, you know, collision and, you know, brutal and, you know, just aggressive and nasty.
Aggressive. Yeah, probably too fast. You know, the funny,
sure.
I've had plenty of rounds though, and this can be frustrating too, but I don't get that frustrated off it, is when you play, you don't score very well, but you know you hit the ball very well. It's like, man, I was hitting the ball so well, but you didn't really score. And it's just like, maybe you haven't played in a while.
Shitty putter.
Yeah, or that, but it's just nice to be like, at least I went and hit the ball and kind of hit it where I wanted, and it was feeling good. And I, you know, I like that. That's like, that's still a win because there's a lot of little things you can learn on those rounds.
Yeah.
You know, if you're not pissed off the whole time, like, motherfucker, I should be.
I never play pissed off. I don't care if I shoot 120.
Me neither.
I really don't.
And that's
if I shoot 120, I'll get more pissed because I'm losing 20 balls than I would if, you know, about my score. I'll start hawking balls, dude.
That's a good point. You know? All right. We got Palmsy backing off. He just backed off it.
Yeah, that's good. We're right about the same point now.
Harry Palmsy. I mean, I wouldn't mind if he won. I don't dislike the guy. I'm giving him a hard time because he's
Rom's got
like
this in the bag, bro.
But I know. I just mean, like, I'm just trying to say, like, I don't dislike him. I just think he's a crybaby today, and I don't like it. And he's wearing old man shoes.
I don't know. What's with that putting stroke? I got to learn how to putt. Like
I tried it for a season, and I have to admit that season I putted very well. And I tried everything. I went to the long putter. I went to the thin grip, whatever it was. And then I finally took a putting lesson. And then I went back to a different type of putter, just a regular with the plumber neck, because he fit me for their swing. You know, some people are really inside to out, and some people are straight up and back. And so whatever your stroke is dictates, you know, what hang the putter should have, and what, you know, the hang determines how much face rotation it has through the ball. And like, if you're straight back and through, then you should look at a center shaft maybe.
My back and through is called neurotic figure eights. That's my backswing, and
that's your band name, I thought.
Neurotic figure eights. That's what you see when you see neurotic me take my backswing out with a putter. Looks like I've got some sort of nerve disease.
I got a new good name for my next band. It's gonna be called Attractive Nuisance.
Nice, I like it. Mine is, dude. I want this when I was back in the day when I was in that band with everybody, you know, in high school. We were called Circle Orange, but what I wanted to name the band, but I got fucking cock blocked, was Super Agitator.
Oh, who blocked you?
All of them. They're like naming something else. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. And I was like, dude, I love that fucking name.
Super Agitator.
Yeah.
One word?
No, it could be two.
Oh, 2 words. Compound.
Yeah, Super Agitator.
Yeah, 2 words, but not.
You know where I got it from? At Dundee and Wolf Amico at the car wash. The name of the washers and dryers were called Super Agitator, and it was like this Japanese, like, you know, like
I worked there for 2 years. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know, like on the knob
load
in the
towels
middle.
Into the thing. Yeah,
exactly. The little symbol on those washers and dryers was Super Agitator, and it was like this Japanese symbol, and that's where I got it from because I was like, dude, I love that.
Oh man, I still feel like, even though I was probably being robbed by that guy Scott.
Oh, for sure.
If you're out there, even though then Problem is that guy was so good at quarters, man. I know I told you this. He would
Yeah, he was
you
good.
would win all your money in tips, and you go play quarters, and
He'd
then he
take
would
it
take
from
it
you.
all, and he'd be like,
Yeah.
"Shit, there goes 50
So
bucks."
either, he took half of it. Dude, when I started working the booth, you learned real quick how much money he was skimming. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, because he had to
yeah,
put you in on it a little bit in order for
yeah,
you to keep your mouth shut.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you knew that you were getting maybe 15% of his take. So you could do the quick math and figure it
yeah,
out. But
yeah.
I wasn't going to open my mouth. But eventually I got to the point to where it was like New Year's Eve and he told me I could have off and I requested off, a month before that, all that shit. But then the day before, he's like, I need you in New Year's Day. I'm like, no. I'm like,
Yeah.
fuck you, no. I'm not doing that.
We need the
Mm.
cars dried that bad. Like, put the blowers on. We're out of here.
And I was like, dude, yeah, no, I'm
Whoa,
not coming in. He's like, if you don't come in, you're fired. I'm like, whatever. So I didn't show up. And then I came in the next day. He's like, what did I tell you? I'm like, good, whatever, later. And I just
Yeah.
left. Yeah.
Dude, Jason Day. All right. So this guy's got he's had a bunch of, I mean,
He'd be the most fun dude to play with, I think.
I think he would too. He really messed himself up though. He went into all that vertigo and stuff that was going on with him.
Vertigo's no joke, dude.
I know. And like he fell down on the golf course. Like he was having a rough go. So I'm happy to see him back because I like that guy. He's got an interesting story,
Yeah, I wouldn't wish that shit on my worst
Remember
enemy,
Vertigo
man.
over there at Dundee and 80?
Vertigo.
Vertigo nightclub or something.
Oh yeah, that's right. There was like an after hours.
They have like a shot chair.
Hole. Yeah. Shoot,
like,
dude. I remember Vertigo.
Give me the buttery nipples.
Dakotas, Vertigo.
Dakotas. Loaded with bronze. Dakotas.
What was the other one too? There was one more. I can't remember.
Lime Rickies. No, that was Finau. Is this Finau? I don't know.
I think so. He's got that yellow shirt, right? He's
I'll tell you what.
Yellow.
Here's what I didn't like. I didn't like at the Masters. He's coming back and he's growing on me because he's a nice dude. That's what I like about him. But when he was showboating at the par 3 contest and he was going back, and he rolled his ankle. And
I do remember that.
And I'm
and he was supposed to compete.
Yeah, I'm like, don't be showboating at the par 3 contest. But you're out there playing around with your kids. So yeah, I agree. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just don't like showboating.
Listen, Bubble Joel.
I don't like
showboating. Skippy Peterman or whatever you wanted me to call you.
Chip Crumbs.
Chip Crumbs. I like Skippy Peterman.
That's you, Skip. Name. Back to you, Skip. Thanks, Chip. Chip and Skip.
Skippy Peterman.
Look, I went to a Walgreens one time.
Graduated from Brown.
I went to Walgreens one time. And I had a bunch of I had a bunch of stuff in a bag of chips, and I said, "Yeah, something's like, you can put the chips in the bag." I'm like, "No, man, then they're gonna get all broken up." And then he's like, "Yeah, on the bottom there will be just chip crumbs," and he like laughed, and I was like, "Chip Crumbs." I was like, "That's a great name, dude." Chip Crumbs. He's like Chip Crumbs, and he just kind of giggles like Yoda, and I was like, "What's going on in there, dude?" He's like a young guy.
Yeah, he was probably in Alice in Wonderland brain mode, and he was just like, creating his own little world there.
Creating his own world. Yeah, to keep him not, from to keep him in his job. Yeah.
From going postal.
Keep doing his damn
job. Rob just hit it 2 fairways over.
See, I'll tell you what. I bet you these guys, every one of these guys in here could play with their 3-wood, and I don't know. I mean, maybe score 1 shot better every day.
Well, dude, didn't you see them? They're all using the driving iron now.
Well, that's because it's so friggin' windy out.
And there's a ton of traps, like not traps, but I should say like Jack thinned the fairways and then made it really easy to hit through them. So these guys are hitting through the fairways too much, which is then making it almost impossible to get the ball to stop on the green.
So essentially you know what he just did? He set his course up.
He cut the snot out of that.
He set his course up
to
play the way he wants the game to be played. He doesn't want it to be played long. So he's trying to make them work the ball and probably do all that stuff, right? Which is great, that's why I think a lot of old courses, you won't see a lot of fade shots. That's why at the Masters, you got to be able to really hit a draw well, like a high draw, which is hard for the majority of golfers are right-handed, and that's like the harder shot to hit. And you can all slice it without even trying,
Yeah, you can finish high all day. Dude, Finau's dropping like a rock. He's just
Yeah.
losing money hand over
What
fist.
about
Every time I'd miss
speed?
one of them shots, it'd be like, Jesus Christ, that's another 10 G's.
Well, dude,
Um,
that's the thing. That's why what's his bucket took a 20 on whatever holes. Like, there's so
yeah,
much money on the line. You might as well. You're like, do I want to, if you already make it to the weekend, you're guaranteed money. So if you're already in the money and you're
yeah, you
going and
get
you're
that
near the
cut,
top and you have a shot
that
and you
money
already
cut.
and you're not like some of these guys though, if they're in your first or second year, they're still playing to try to make their way on. But once you've won one or two times, you got a next 5-year exemption. And if you can get a major, then that's an easily you got a bunch more into a more tournaments there.
Opportunities. Yeah.
So then, but those younger guys, man, think about that. Think about trying to play your way on. You have 1 year and you don't want to be aggressive. You want to stay in your game plan. But if as the year goes on, if you haven't been making it, like you have to start getting aggressive. And so, do you
Going for them
go
par
away from your
fives.
plan like you were talking about? Or do you, what do you do, man? It's hard.
I don't know.
That'd
I
be
don't know
fun.
what you do.
This guy won
Yeah.
the Masters and then fell off the face of the earth. Usually when people have a really big year, like their first big year, they kind of disappear for like 2 years, at least a year, because their life changes. And then now they
Yeah.
can pick their schedule and they're like, oh, okay, hold on a minute. I don't have to run around like a jackass. Let's make the schedule around my life type of thing. Unless they're 22 and single, then it's like pedal to the metal.
Yeah, like Kepka. But even that catches up with you too.
So what's going on with him? I don't know the story because
He's just not playing like he, was on fire for, 2.5 years or whatever it was. And everyone goes, through cycles like that. Spieth had it too, Tiger had it for a really long
dude, I hope he comes back, but
he's playing good this
flash in the
tournament.
pan.
Yeah, kind of, but that's kind of how Kepka, is looking now because he's having some injury troubles, he's having some swing troubles, he's having some, just confidence issues. You didn't even make the cut.
This is what I like to see. This guy, Matt Wallace here, he's got his finger down the putter. Okay, so
that's what I do.
Now, okay, I think years ago, whatever, and until we see pros do it, like people won't do it because they don't think like either it's cool or that's not how you do it. Then they started using the long putters. So then people found, hey, it's acceptable for me. Maybe my friends won't call me a pussy if I show up with a long putter. Now I can try this.
Look at this fucking putting grip.
I know this guy's like snake fingers, and you just.
It looks like it looks like he's got like a broken right hand.
That's probably the whole idea of it, right? Is to take your
this guy
take your wrist
Tony
out of it,
and he drained that fucking thing like it was nothing. And no offense to Tony, I was just saying, it's crazy ass grip.
You can't say no
see there,
offense to
boom.
yourself.
Now he's just turning around. Look at that front nine. That's horrible, bro.
Bogey, double or triple, whatever that was.
No, it's like 4 of them. His scorecard was lit up with boxes. It was like freaking double
or
boxes.
You could just, or if you could just walk around on your daily attire would be the caddy zip up. And so you're just like wear a onesie every day. You're like a mechanic.
It's called homeless.
It's called fucking auto mechanic.
Yeah, sorry, auto mechanics.
Yeah. Sorry, auto mechanics.
Sorry, Ghostbusters.
See? I think Jack LaLanne, he wore one, right? Remember the guy on the infomercials and the blue zip up?
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Like, every day.
Yeah.
He's like a Gary Player type of same guy.
Yeah,
Gary Player and Jack LaLanne are like
you never know.
Probably cousins.
Oh, see, look, like caddies aren't even wearing that onesie anymore like they used to either. They can wear shorts, huh?
Well, that's like only during the Masters do they wear the full bibs.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Now it's full bibs.
Well, it would be funny to walk around.
His top looks like an old school bib still, though.
It's like a bib coat.
Yeah, he's got a bib top. That's like the old school trader jackets. Here, Joel, you know what I want to do? We should get trader jackets, stock trader jackets, and wear them during this.
Let's do it.
We should go to the Salvation Army,
and
get the oldest 70s suits that we can fit into, and wear those while we do this.
I'm in.
But then here we can make this even better.
Okay.
So on top of that, we need to be able to figure out a way to like if you go to your old corner where you had your backdrop where it was in the garage or whatever. Yeah, dude. Don't you love I threw a bunch of those in there?
Yeah. So
Rachel uses them now too. But yeah, just so we can get like some sort of like what's the background thing called that you can do on Zoom?
Oh, the virtual background?
Yeah, so we could do like a virtual background, wear the 70s suits, and then we can go full character. I like what we're doing right now.
I actually really enjoying this. It's like half podcast, but see, there's somebody you guys can watch golf and listen to kind of a podcast, but we still talk about golf. And I love it. And my family just runs around like crazies.
Yeah, and I got like maybe 15 more minutes. Then I got to get ready because we're going to the drive-in tonight.
You breaking up with me on live camera right now?
No, going to the drive-in. Drive-in
Oh,
movies.
so okay, let's do it.
You know what movie it is?
No.
Talladega Nights.
Oh, that's perfect for a drive-in.
Yeah, it is. And there's
Oh.
not many drive-ins left anymore, but the Sears Center, this huge facility that's over here.
Where? In Huntley? No, where is it?
No, it is kind of close to Huntley, actually.
Yeah, I thought
It's
it was
right
out by
next
Mahalik or
to, it's in
something.
Hoffman Estates. It's right off of 90. And they have a drive-in in the parking lot there, but they build like a 70-foot screen or something, that they have that they can take down and put up relatively easy, I guess. I don't know.
Oh
I've never
wait,
been
they
there.
did it. Is it always there? Or they did it just because of the situation.
No, they always do it, but it's like I think it's something where they could put it up and take it down, or there's a way for them to maybe it's on the side of the stadium. I don't know. I've never been
Yeah.
there, so we'll find out tonight.
I like this. Well, I could see this reoccurring like half hour, like back nine Sunday little podcast thing. Really, I know
Yeah,
every
half
other
an hour,
weekend maybe
hour,
or something
whatever.
because I
Yeah.
know family life and whatnot. But this is kind of cool.
Well, rain delay. We had a rain delay. Otherwise, we would have gotten on a little earlier.
Yeah, we
too.
had a rain delay, but I like being on the back nine and coming in for a half hour to an hour and checking these guys out and seeing, look at that. See,
Look at
when you
that
get in within
freaking
these 100 yards, like you have to have your number dialed in, man. You need to be like, I know that this is a 120
that.
to 125 like swing club, and then
Be able to put it on a string.
yeah, that was a little bit deep, but
He was hoping he was going to pull it back a little bit more.
I
He
think
just didn't
so.
want to be short.
Well, to get that gush, you got to go down at it, and so going down at it means you could fly it a little further.
Got to cut the snot. Oh God damn! Talk
Yeah,
about
he took
going
a
down
cut.
at it.
Yeah,
Watch
going
this
down at
one.
it. This should
This
come back.
hits comeback.
Oof.
No, not as much as I thought either, but
I
it
don't
did
know.
release
It's
way
gonna be
more.
all right.
Oh cow! It's still going.
You know why? It's a little damp now, probably from the rain they got. Otherwise,
Yeah,
the
you're
wind would have
right.
dried it out. Otherwise, it would come back.
Yeah, that would have been way crazy. Look at how he's hitting the ball. The ball's below his feet. The green is tipsy turvy. Dude, it just looks like a nightmare. Look at that.
Sucking it.
Come on, come on, come on, come on.
Look, he's got a little raised creek in there, kind of in front of it.
Look at that embankment in front of Jason Day right there. Look at the stream and the freaking waterfall behind him there.
See, look how they're standing up, and you're and
straight up.
So they used to give straight up. They used to give Tiger Woods a hard time with that whole squat. They'd be like, "Look how much he drops his head. Look how much he drops into the ball." Well, that's because naturally, even watch a baseball player when they're like, you're like going, you like get into your, torque position, and it's like, of course. So that's like, so now, the standing up and then just kind of the squatting into the move is now acceptable, but they used to bust his balls for decades on his squat, how far his head was dipping.
Well, yeah, because
it's
like no one understood, because I don't think they had the ability to truly break down a swing like they do nowadays.
Yeah.
But everybody kind of realized eventually that it doesn't matter how you load up your energy, as long as you get back to square when you're going to impact the ball, you're fucking fine. And then that's why Furyk's swing works. That's why, all these different weird ass swings work, is because, it's not about the load up. It's about, impact.
And that's why Furyk, God bless him, he's given players all around the world hope of competing with whatever swing you have. Right. It was like, God, thank God that he was playing, because it gave so many people with what we thought were jacked off swings,
jacked off,
that a possible way to actually play. But like, hey, he's doing it with that funky thing, with which actually what he's doing is exactly what this GG swing tips kind of teach. He brings it up high and then he just lays it down flat. That's why he's like, bang, he like has that weird loop.
It's like you're like the steady,
really,
let it go.
Bam. And so that's kind of like the same thing. He's just bringing it out here, and then he's able to just like whip slack. Yeah. And his hands are in front, and that club face is just like boom. Man, it's so fun. Once I learned how to hit it correctly, it's so freaking fun. There's a guy with a mask out there. Oh, I guess he's a volunteer, huh?
You know who swings like that? That's really good like that is Corcoran. Joe Corcoran swings like that.
Hoss it.
And he does this little move with his feet, because it's his turn, and it looks like he's barely swinging. And then I get up there and I load up at the top, and it looks like I'm a fucking Viking ready to slay a village.
The thing in half,
right? And I hit the ball, and it sounds like someone's got a fucking 12 gauge just blasting off birds. It's like, You know, it's like everyone else is playing all ninja and stealth and shit and just ripping it down the middle. You know, I played with these dudes at like BG back in the day in the morning where they had like 3 irons and a putter and he's whooping my ass. And he's just like, yeah, you crushed the ball, dude. But I mean, like, you
I know.
fucking, you're horrible around
You're
the
all
green.
over the place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
I was
green.
like, I get it. Yeah, I know. He's like, I
I'm a
can use
great
3 clubs and
scrambler.
smoke you.
Well, dude, that's what I wish people would try. I mean, to play like watch the LPGA and just hold on a minute. Go play from the junior tees, and when you
Oh,
can
we
shoot
play
par
whites all
there.
day, dude.
No,
Me
then
and the
go play
girl and
from the
shit.
white. Can you par
Yeah.
shoot? Can you par from there? All right, now move to the back tees. Everybody's
Dude,
playing the
that's
back
why I
tees.
was I was just gonna say these guys at the courses and the weekend warriors and shit that we're always playing around and stuff,
Yeah,
they're hacking it up and taking fucking forever. And lo and behold, they're playing the tips. And I'm just like, why the fuck are these dudes playing the tips? I
I
mean,
know.
is it just because you're embarrassed to play
I'm
any
a
other
man.
tee?
I'm playing from
Yeah,
the tips.
yeah, exactly,
No, I
dude. Most
know.
of the
There
time,
is a lot of ego.
yeah, it is. It's all ego. And then they see me playing, from the whites or something like that, and I'm out playing them. And like the first thing I guarantee that's going through their head is, well, of course, he's playing from the whites. It's like, no,
Yeah,
dude, there's nothing to do
yeah.
with the
It
fucking
has
20
nothing.
yards that I gained on you from playing the whites.
I know. That's the funny thing. If you actually add up the yards, it usually will come down to like one par five hole. I
Yeah.
think, where it's like a 15 yards here, 20 yards here, and then, it ends up being like one extra hole, kind of.
Yeah.
But to that, I mean, but go there and yeah, give yourself a chance. You'll have so much more fun if you get a birdie on the front and a birdie on the back, as opposed
That's
to,
what I tell everybody, man.
jeez. And then
You
you'll
want
have
to come
confidence,
back.
and then you'll get better.
Yes. Yes, you want to come back. You want to have, you want to have a good time so that
Yeah.
you go home and you start to think, oh man, maybe I'll watch some of these GG swing tips, or maybe I'll watch some putting videos on YouTube. Maybe I'll, get some new golf balls or to get a, new golf glove.
Wash my balls.
Maybe I'll straight wash my balls. Dude, listen to this. So
Whitewash them. That was
in the
bad.
washer, in the ball washer, I'll stand up on the cart and dip them right in. Dip both right in. So they're hanging through. So they're hanging through.
Yeah, there you go. That one or
It's
this
like,
one?
like a speed bag. But listen,
I thought they
so
said no women allowed here.
that's what that stands for. But but Marco, so I'm playing with Marco, right? And we were last time
I have
we
the one that
played.
only has one ball. It's like, sorry, you don't get
But
it. Go ahead.
oh, here we go. Hang on. I want to see if this comes back because that green is solid like this.
It is, but man,
Literally,
it's just
that green
holding
is
us.
like this.
That rain
But
softened it up.
it did big time. But so me and Marco are playing, and Marco's kind of not playing too well, and I watch him. I'm like, what club you hitting there? And he shows me, and I look. I'm like, what the fuck is on your club face, dude? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, give me your club. So I take his club, and there was no joke, like an inch of fucking dirt and shit on his club face. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And he's like, what do you mean? And I'm like, how often do you clean your clubs? He's like, I don't know, maybe once or twice a year. Like, what the fuck? Are you serious, dude? I'm like,
Just
I
on
clean my
special
clothes
occasions.
every shot.
Yeah, good
You know,
point.
it's like, bro, I'm like, hey, you could probably hit the ball a lot better if you cleaned off this inch of shit on the face of your club, Marco. And he's like, it's seriously that important? I'm like, yeah. He's like, oh, I got a club brush and everything, or he goes, I got a brush here. I watch. He takes out a club brush and it's destroyed, and he's like, but it's for my shoes. I go, that's not a shoe brush, dude. That's for your fucking clubs.
He's like,
And
I don't use that. I use that on my shoes.
he did. That's what he said. He goes, I use it on my shoes. And I'm like, that's, that gives a
That's so funny.
indication why it's so destroyed.
Yeah.
But no, dude, that's for your freaking clubs. I'm like,
that is
here,
freaking hilarious.
so then he cleans them, and then he starts playing good. And I'm like, fucking miracle, isn't it?
Miracle. If you take the shit out of your eyes, you can see.
Yeah, exactly. I was just
Look
like,
at
come
that.
on, dude. Look, they even show the rain on the swing track. Look
Was
on
it?
the right hand
Oh, I
side.
didn't
That's
see
so
that.
crazy. Man,
Dude, I don't know. So
it's
people
gonna
aren't
be like
allowed
this.
to go to these, I don't think, or if there's
No.
no spectators there at all. It looks like
Well,
maybe.
except if you live on the course, like remember those
Oh, yeah,
chicks that
there
we
you
saw
go.
partying back there on the deck?
Yeah, the iced teas.
Yeah, some
Gone
drinking
wrong.
on some White Claws.
So yeah, that's what everybody loves these days. So
Yeah, I don't know.
fairways hit. So
think
really,
it's
you
at
got to be
one.
at like 65. If you're at 65%, 65% of the fairways hit, and then you need to be at like 80% of of your greens hit, then you can, start trying to make the scores that these guys make. But I mean, if you're not hitting enough fairways and enough greens, then like start there.
Dude,
Start
is he
trying to
gonna
just
fly that tree?
no.
Oh no, he's
Pissed.
pissed. He put it into that tree.
Oh, did it come back down
Oh,
from
did he put
his
it into that
crown?
creek? Is that a
Oh, there are
creek?
red stakes there. I
Oh,
see red
that's
stakes.
OB. Or that's
That's a
is red.
hazard.
No,
That's a
red's hazard. Yeah.
yeah. So I don't know what he
Yeah,
must.
he
It
might have
must be in
flown the
play.
hazard. No, it's got to be in play. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise he would be re-hitting.
Yeah.
Let's watch this shot. If you got a cruise, I get it.
No, no, no. I still got at least another 10
Jason
minutes.
Day hitting a little cutter in here. The pin's back right.
Oof. Yeah, he was all over that.
Look at
Oh
this.
God. Right
Oh,
at
did
it.
that come up? Or is that in the trap?
No, it didn't
That's in
make
the
it.
trap, dude.
Buried.
Whoa. See, that's like the stuff that we pull, you know. And I've started playing in too many money games now, and just little ones, $20, $50, whatever, stuff like that. Um, to not do those shots anymore. To say, hey,
Oh,
I'm going to hit an 8-iron to the middle,
like this guy
because I
just
don't
did.
want to lose this one. I need to at least get to 16, 17, 18, because I know 16, I can hit it far enough so I have an advantage on 18 or whatever it is. And then you start playing more like safely, and then you start playing a little bit better. It's like you can go out and hit 8 pars in a row because you're just, I don't know, it's down the middle. It's old man golf to some extent sometimes.
But that's okay, man. That's what I'm
It's
realizing.
totally okay.
Like sometimes, even in the stock market, right? Like the
There you
way
go.
to win in investing is to have like this rock solid foundation that you turn the drip on. So that's just compounding interest. Then you have some other stuff that's like a couple of gambling type of things where you speculate, like a Tesla or like like a biotech or something that's making a drug for freaking COVID or some shit.
Yeah.
But like that's the thing is like you have to be you still have to have that foundation where, like you said, you're playing old man golf, and then maybe you get trapped behind a tree, and like you said, you have to go for it because you only got 4 more tournaments left in the year, so you try to do this like cut fade thing under the tree in order to not just pitch it out like you should
Yeah.
and play
Take your
up. You know
medicine
what I
and all
mean?
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you every once in a while you take that risky shot when you need to, or maybe not even when you need to. You're just feeling good that day.
Yeah.
And they're not might not be any rhyme or reason behind that, because speculation a lot of times isn't. It's more maybe insider info, or maybe you just noticed a pattern, or maybe you did something that gave you some insight. Like the reason why I bought Tesla to begin with wasn't because they don't have a dividend. They weren't a great investment, but every day that I was on the road, every car carrier carrying new cars that I saw were filled with Teslas. I didn't see
Mhm.
any other new car
That's
carriers.
beautiful. I love this. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
This is how you have to pay attention in life for that
And
stuff.
yeah, in
Yep.
general.
Just, yeah.
But that's why, because I
Mhm.
was just paying attention and I noticed this shit, and I'm just like, there's got to be something to that. Like if everyone starts eating Krispy Kreme donuts for breakfast in the morning, and everyone's talking about Krispy Kreme donuts around the work cooler and shit, it's probably a good idea to find out, if they have a stock or something like that. But I'm just saying, like, if you pay
No, that's
attention,
perfect. That's perfect. So here's a great example. I like to use Red Bull and like booze in this matter. So when we were younger, Jaeger bombs were a big deal. So we should have noticed that this Red Bull thing that was coming out started to be, it was everywhere. Everybody was doing Red Bull shots. And then you got to think, but we couldn't, but you got to think everybody in every bar everywhere, is onto this stuff. And then it was like, and then it was, Patron, and then it went to like Tito's, and there's always like this liquor, right, with whatever company, let's just say. But I'm
Mhm.
saying like that's the type of thing like you pay attention to, like what are the masses gravitating towards, whether it's Krispy
Big time.
Kreme or whether it's
Yeah.
Apple Watches,
Yeah.
or it's those little like hoverboard like that are like it's a
Yeah.
ball, it's like
Yep.
a ball, whoever, whatever, like see what these things are that people are
Oh, new
doing.
shit.
That's a little
That's how
weird.
you make your money.
That's like
But
macro. I don't know if that's macro or
but
not, but
but yeah, and if you do that with everything in life, though, you'll find out that you're just a little bit of a step ahead of everybody. Like you said, even in like in golf or something like this, right? So if you're always paying attention
That
and
dude's
you
tall.
finish your round and you're hanging out at the bar and some dude's talking about GG swing tips on YouTube,
Yeah.
you pick that information up, just because you're in that
You
position
pick
and
that shit up.
yeah, and you go check it out. Maybe you hear about somebody talking about how, you know, um, this other course is super cheap and better, or, this guy is giving swing lessons over here, or these new clubs hit the market, or these new balls, or this and that, or another thing. You don't get any of that intel unless you're there and you're paying attention,
Yeah.
and you have something that you're excited about, let's say. So if it's golf, you're excited about golf, you put yourself in a situation, you go out to the courses, you play, you hit the driving range, you hang out the putting greens, you go to the golf stores, you get, fitted for clubs, you ask some questions, you go on online, you do that whole thing. Like I always talk about going down the rabbit hole, but you can't even begin to get any of that intel, or you can't even begin to get any of that kick-ass stuff unless you put yourself into that position. So
Yeah.
I mean, like, that's the number one thing, is you got to
Dude,
just go out there and do it.
I agree. And you know what? Speaking of that, I think there's a really good exercise that I don't know if a lot of
Oh,
golfers do
shit.
that, especially that are older. And if you haven't done it as a kid, but so Jack was a big proponent. Speaking since this is his tournament, we'll just use him. But he was a big proponent, Jack Nicholas, of hitting to the middle of the green. And then if you hit to the middle of the green and the pin's on the right, and you happen to hit it right where you wanted, great. Then you're fine. And then, but if you missed it a little bit to the right, you might end up a little bit right next to the hole. And if you pull it a little bit, so you got a far putt. But I'm not saying he played his entire career that way, but he talks about that a lot. So I had to do that in a tournament one time, and it was a lot of fun and actually played very well because I was
Mhm.
old and I was only looking to get it in the fairway so I could get it in the middle of the green. I wish people would go out and play 10 rounds where you would only just work on hitting the fairways calmly and then try to get it to the middle of the green. Don't ever look at the pin, and I think you'd really surprise yourself with how well you play. I think seriously, Kevin now looks so short. Look at he looks like a little kid.
Yeah,
That
he
guy's an
does it.
ATM too, man. He always
It
just
even
makes
looks
money.
like his pants are too big.
Yeah, what's going on down there? It's like, what is it?
Is he
Optical
shrinking,
illusion?
driving around?
There's a little hill down there. Nah, 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 nah. He had a problem. He had a problem a couple of years ago where he couldn't hit the ball, and it would take him like 3 minutes to hit the ball every time, and people were furious with him. And there's one time he like backed off the ball 10 times, and then it was really bad.
That would piss me off too
You could see
eventually.
some. You could see some YouTube videos where they're
Because some guys
really
are rhythm
cringe. You're just
players,
like,
bro.
oh yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
I know, I know. It's me.
if
I
you
hate
oh
playing
shit,
slow
Rom, did Rom
rounds.
just butcher this shot? He looks
He just chunked
pissed.
one too.
Oh no, he just played it safe. That was
He just
smart.
popped it out there.
Yeah,
Look at
there's no
that.
reason to turn that freaking 5 into an 8. That's the only way he can botch this. So he played it right. Just pop that out there and bash away at this next one.
Yeah, this is a tough course, man. I'd like
See
to play
this
this one.
chick, this girl,
Balianis,
Amanda. I don't know how.
or something.
Looks like she's got her bra in her pocket. That's not a good look.
Yeah. She's like, this thing's killing me.
Yeah, I don't
Chugs.
know. I
Well,
don't know.
I don't know. She's
Yeah,
doing a good job, I suppose. I wonder if that screen's even there. The whole thing is not even there. No, it is.
that would be really weird.
That'd
But
be
do you know
kinda-
where they got this from? They got this from Major League Fishing, because Major League Fishing has been doing this forever,
where they
and
pull
this is
out
how they
the
do
thing.
it.
Oh,
Yeah. And they'll interview all the fishermen as they come off the water, and they'll show, like, where they are in their standings and what they have to do, and where they were on the lake and shit, and they'll go through this whole thing. It's exactly like this. They totally ripped that shit off.
she's cute. I like her little hair. All right,
You know
Henrik
what's so weird?
Norlander.
You know what's so weird about famous people in general when you see them live, but especially women for some reason? Like it started back in the day when I went to Wheel of Fortune and I saw Vanna White for the first time in real life.
Okay.
Pat Sajak too.
Okay.
But they both scared the shit out of me because they have so much makeup on
Yeah.
that you can like see it. It almost looks like this, like you could
Oh
just
yeah.
peel it off their fucking
Yeah.
face.
Yeah. I've seen
And
that.
it's like stops like right here.
Yeah.
It didn't go like, you could see like when they moved, you could see where the
Yeah.
makeup stopped.
Yeah.
And it was just weird because they look so fake and like so plastic, and they were so tiny. Like Vanna White was like 4'10", dude. It was weird, dude. It was weird. Like I
That's
just
funny.
felt strange, like I was in some weird planet. But like ever since then, when you meet famous people, not out on the streets, but like on set,
Yeah.
or like, at like an awards thing or something like that, it's just, they always freak me out because it's like they have this mask on versus, you know, who
Yeah.
they really are. And it's like, why are you wearing a mask? And I'm not even being like, you know, like,
Philosophical about it.
yeah,
Just,
yeah, I'm being legit. Like it
Yeah.
looks like a fucking mask. It's
Yeah.
just
No,
weird.
it can be weird. I know what you mean. And there's just a
Yeah.
feeling to it. There's like this weird energy to it too,
Weird
which
energy.
is
Yeah.
strange. Yeah.
Like they're
I
hiding
know.
behind it almost too.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
it's like we
interesting.
both don't need to play this game, you know, right?
Oh, I
But
thought
I
he was
don't
going
know.
to take a piss here. Rob's looking around like he's going to
God.
take a piss. He's
Yeah,
like,
he's like, is it camera? Oh fuck it, cameraman's there.
fucking camera
Never
guys.
mind.
Never mind.
I'm just looking for my ball. You see my ball? See
Yeah,
my
have you
ball
seen
around
it over
here?
here? They're like, you're on the green.
Shotgun Mike guy. Come over here. Where's my ball?
He's like, would you go? Go.
Cut to him.
This is a fun shot. This is one
Yeah,
where you're
did he hit his
right
did
here.
he hit that other shot?
Right here, I would be like, all right, whatever it is to the top of the hill, I'm going to hit one more yard past that number, and then I'm going to hit it there and let it go down. That's what I would say.
Yeah, if you hit it at the flag here, I mean, for sure, 100%. I'm duck hooking it into the guys in the fucking chairs back or in the golf carts back there. I'm gonna chili dip it into the trap, or
Skull
I'm
it
going
straight into
to-
the trap off a rock and get lucky.
It
That
pops
happens
up
too.
through the lip and trickles out onto the green, and then one
It
putt.
also has like forward kick, like, so
one
it's like
putt.
on the hill and like rolls.
No
up.
problem. All
You're
day
like
long.
forward roll off of
Look,
okay.
this is called the divot cam.
Oh my god, that's funny. That's a good cam.
Oh,
That's like
wow.
the base cam in the baseball
I
game.
love
They
it.
put the camera on the base.
Yeah. No, there's a pitching one
It
now
went
too.
right in the hole.
On a fly. No, everyone's going for that shit.
I like
They're all
that shirt,
dumping it
though.
into the trap. I
Yeah.
do like that yellow. I like bright colors,
Who's this guy
especially on the
doing?
course.
See, look how straight up he is.
He's got a lot of legs. He's got no ass, like no ass.
Boing.
Look at that. It's like, where's his
That's
ass?
workout. That's how my
That-
whole side of my mom's family are.
Jesus
all the
Christ.
guys, they're all carpenters down in Southern Illinois, and that's their pants are falling off their. They all have. There's no just
ass.
straight down. I'm like, what is that? Where is it?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Like,
so weird.
You can wear a belt that has nothing to hold on to. It's like wrapped around your
fucking ding
spine.
Do a squat.
Oh shit.
No wonder they
Do
can
a
hold those
squat.
No wonder they can have those scorecards in the back of their pants.
Yeah,
I didn't
it
feel
goes
it.
straight down.
For me, it would be like poking me in the fucking between my shoulder blades. I got so much ass. I got like a pitcher's ass.
My
I thought
soldier
golfers have
blades.
asses. Look at that guy.
Yeah,
Look
me
at that
too.
guy walking in front of him. It looks like his ass is concave. That's how much no ass he's got. Concave ass.
Yeah, that's why I don't put mine back there because it gets curved. It gets bent.
You guys need ass implants. I thought golfers were supposed to have big asses along with
Great
pitchers.
golfer, huge ass.
Yeah.
Just talked to my
remember?
neighbor, the accountant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
great golfer, huge ass. That's what I'm saying. Like I thought golfers were supposed to have big asses along with pitchers.
In bad pants. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Pitchers. Yeah. Well, look at this Jack. That's awesome.
Jack's still looking good if he had the Rona.
He's got to be 78 or 9. Did he?
Yeah, he was
He
talking about
did?
it earlier.
And nobody cares. They're just like hanging with him.
The guy, he has the Rona, or he had it, and now he's got the antibodies, and him and the wife both survived, and they're both like 180. What does that tell you?
Whoa.
The guy looks
Tells you
better
if you
since
have
he's
enough
had the
money.
Rona.
Yeah, if you have enough money. Yeah, because he's hydrated. He got a few
Yeah.
IVs. He got some rest.
Some
know,
adrenochrome from a
yeah.
9-year-old girl's adrenal gland.
Oh, is that what they're doing?
No, I'm just joking. I don't
Oh.
know if Jack does that.
No, but people do. Peter
Yeah, for
Thiel.
sure. Yeah, like in Fear and Loathing.
That's
You know,
a
you
nice
should
grip
watch.
right there.
That is a good grip.
Yeah, it's very soft.
I do the one arm putt and then lay the left arm on as a guide.
Ah,
So I putt with one arm. You know how like when you putt on the green with one arm
yeah.
and you're fucking around, you always kind of like make it or you're really close.
Yeah.
So I do that. But then I just lay the other arm like this. So that I'm putting one arm pretty
Nice.
much, but just trying to stabilize with my left arm. And it's been helping with the figure eights and shit like that.
That's freaking fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
Because that's not something I think people try to put into play. I think they just mess with it, then they go back to their normal thing instead of actually trying it. That's like, so for me, I kind
works.
of took it from bowling. I was like, look, I know in bowling, if I like go and I step up on like the third, like, thing
Yeah.
out, and I don't know,
Let
whatever.
her rip.
So
Yeah.
that's what I've been trying to say. Like, I'm going to see my line. I'm going to see exactly where I want to hit it. And I'm going to walk up to the ball, and I'm not going to be there for more than 3 seconds. And if I am, then I
Yeah.
have to walk away.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
if I'm
yeah.
there for more than like 1, 2, once my feet are settled and I feel good, then go. But
Roll.
there are times when I can't get comfortable. And then
do
you
have to
don't
step
back
out.
away. Oh, if you don't back away, though,
You're screwed.
you're screwed. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's I think one of the biggest lessons in golf. If you can back away when you tell yourself to back away, then that's a really mature move. That's
Oh,
really,
dude, yeah, it's
and
so hard to do
alcohol
too,
doesn't
especially
allow you
under
to make
pressure.
that move. Yeah, especially under pressure. If you can back
Mhm.
away, when, especially too, when you think, let's say you've already taken a couple minutes to like figure it out where the wind, and now you feel like everybody's waiting on you, and now you're
Mhm.
like, oh, I need to. It's like if you can't worry about any of that stuff.
Oh, dude, listen, I've got myself to
It's
the point
hard.
to where like I tell people, I'm like, you can fucking throw a goddamn party. You could be lighting off Roman
Yeah.
candles behind me
Yep.
and I can hit fine.
Yeah.
You know, like that doesn't bother me at
Doesn't
all
bother me
because
one bit.
I block it all out. You
Yeah.
know, it's just nothing exists.
I'm
Because
doing.
if
Yeah.
I'm gonna bitch about you talking during my backswing, what about that loud ass golf cart that
Yeah.
right next to
You
me
guys
that's
need
fucking one hole
anything?
over, you
Yeah.
know? Exactly. Yeah, well, look at this guy. He's playing
Like
on a
she's.
creek.
Is that the Hughes kid, or is that Spieth? No,
I
Spieth
don't
hasn't
no,
been
I
a
don't think
last
that's
group. It
Jordan.
looks like Jordan Spieth's face, but oh no,
Uh,
that's
is that one of the new kids? Is this
oh,
Wallace?
because that's not
Who is
Spieth's
this?
caddy unless you fired him.
I don't know who this is.
I don't
But they're
either.
just showing him because he's playing out of the freaking water.
Yeah,
Well,
he
he's
is
playing
playing
late
out of
on a
the
Sunday,
gator
so he's got to be
juice.
doing all right.
That's a good point. Leader, Ramading Gong.
For bogey, see, he turned this nightmare that would have been an 8 into a 5 if he makes this.
Ooh,
Oh, it
Sixers.
stayed up. Pro side.
Pro side, ho side.
Yeah.
You know, there is something to be said for that.
The
So like
Dubsky.
the pro side. I
Ooh,
mean,
shit. Look
you
at
know,
he's gonna
think
make it
about that.
interesting.
Oh,
He
that's
went
in the
double.
water. Oh,
Oh
gosh, he
shit.
hooked it.
He did.
I mean, that lie.
Oh.
It was fluffy. It was above his feet.
Oh yeah.
That's a pure hook.
Yeah, I mean, how did he not know that was going to happen?
Yeah, well,
I would have
shouldn't.
I would have freaking aimed way further right. And you know, from where I'm sitting right now, which is in Schaumburg,
Yeah, let me
Illinois,
tell you what I would have done.
here's how I would have done it.
But you know what?
I would have chili dipped it right into the water.
I think there's value in hearing what people think about shots like that. Like, so what when you
Sure.
ask somebody like, "Hey, well, I love to do that. Like, what were you trying to do on that shot?" They're like, "Well, look, I knew the hill went this way, so I was
See
trying to
Phil
keep my knees bent
Mickelson?
so that it would go to the right." Like, you love to hear, because people will sometimes say, "Oh, well, when it's uphill, don't you?" And you're like, "Actually, no, it's back foot," or you know, but it's just interesting to hear what people think they've read or heard over the days. Well, Chambly says, you're like, whatever. Calm down, Maltby.
No doubt. And that's the crazy. Whoa, easy, buddy.
Who the fuck is that?
It's Jason, right?
Jay Day.
Oh,
Nick has
damn.
met him on a couple of
Dude, this guy loves the sand today.
He does. He's from Australia.
Dude, he blasted that.
Mick he used to be sponsored by CDW. I don't know if he is anymore, but so Mick has met him on a couple of occasions and talked to him, and he just has said he's the nicest dude ever. Like, literally just sat there and talked to him for like 10 minutes in the back.
What the fuck? They're tearing out the goddamn green.
Yeah, they're like, Tiger's coming through. Let's redo it for him.
Damn.
You know. Estados Unidos.
You know how much money that's got to be?
Well, yeah. I mean, they're paying the winner of this thing $1 million probably. So that's
that
just
green's worth more than $1 million. Guaranteed.
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, the winner gets $1 million by himself. So
God damn, dude!
Really
how fast too? Holy cow!
Yeah, they're like, that was the hole they just played.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what the, dude? I've seen, you know, like,
get it out of there. Get it.
That's crazy. Here, oh, and he chili dipped. Look at this. That's how fast those greens are.
That's how fast it is. It worked.
What?
It worked.
All right, now I got to go. But let's do this
fun.
again for sure, dude. We actually went way longer than I thought. So that's awesome, and that's how easy this would be. And I definitely love the Sunday afternoon thing. So let's do this again for sure.
Yeah, what I like really about this too is it has golf, which I care a lot about, and I feel like know maybe a lot about to some extent to be able to talk, and then also the trading side. So we could talk about stocks, and we could financials, and we could talk about golf, and it's just such a really good play.
Want to talk about old man play right there?
Yeah, that's old man play. So we just talk about stocks and golf, man. We just have fun and a little bit of music.
Dude, that's what we should call the podcast, stocks and golf.
Let's do it. I'm in. This is so fun. We could just talk about. Yeah, I love the stocks.
Everything else comes in.
Everything else comes in. Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
This is really good, dude. This is so natural.
That's what I'm saying. Like I love that. I love that vibe. And if you have something like you said, it's focused around stocks and golf, and we're actually watching golf. And Go ahead.
some of their biggest advertisers are, you know, Schwab and stuff
Investments
like
and
that.
shit. Yeah.
So now we can probably get some good advertisers here.
Dude, that would be super cool. And we definitely need to do
Let's
this
shoot
again.
for that.
And I think, you know, it would be cool too. I got a great idea based on what we were just saying. How about on like a Tuesday or a Thursday, right around, since the stock market closes at your time at like 1, right?
Yeah,
3 hours.
well, yeah, what time is it close? 3:30 or 2:30?
It's 3:30. So or no. It's 3:30 for me. So 1:30 for
so
you.
1:30 for me. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's do you want to do a live one? You want to try to do a live one on Thursday during the day, and we'll watch the stock market on the TV and talk about stocks and golf, but have live stock coverage going on in front of us. So we have live coverage on Sundays for golf
Yeah.
and live coverage on Thursdays for stock market.
I love this. It's a great idea.
And we both days, you know, we can talk about that as the lead and then add in whatever we want.
I love this idea. This is great. This is so great.
Let's keep fleshing that out though. But like I said, I'm gonna go watch some movies at the drive-in, and then I'll chat with you after that, and we'll figure out what we want to do for Thursday.
I love it, brother. This is so great. Thanks, dude. Have fun at the show.
For sure, man. Peace. Until next time.
See you
Later.
Chip Crumbs signing off.